Just by offering a split pay option on my store, over the last several weeks, I've made $4,311. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm Leah, just in case you're new here. So on this channel, me and my daughter Chances, we are completely transparent with our business journeys. We got a bunch of stuff going on here, but we're completely transparent and we share our business journeys. We're not just going to share our wins, we're going to share our fails too. And we're gonna take you all along the way with all of our businesses. When I first started in business, I would hear so many people talk about different things on YouTube in regards to their business, but they were really only giving you a piece of the puzzle. Once I started doing research and once I started trying to figure things out, I quickly discovered that so many pieces of the puzzle was missing and it wasn't as simple as one or two things. So there's a lot of little things that actually take place to help you succeed in business. So I want to be very open and honest, not necessarily to teach you how to exactly do it, but just to be very, very open and really liberal, because over here we think all things abundance. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about an app that I have used on my Shopify store that has really helped me to increase my sales, and you may want to add this option to your store. So let's just get into it. So if you have a Shopify store, then you have been offered something called ShopPay. So ShopPay has really two features. The first feature is just a payment option. It's great to enable this payment option because of the fact that it makes checkout so quick for your customer. ShopPay has tracked what your customer has spent money on and the payment method that they use. Once your customer reaches checkout and is using ShopPay, it will text them a code. Once they get that code, all of their information is filled in. So this makes conversions a lot simpler because of the fact that your customer doesn't have to go in their wallet, get their debit or their credit card. They don't have to put their billing address or their shipping address in because everything fills in just like that. ShopPay is so wonderful. I will highly, highly recommend that you go ahead and add ShopPay to your store. So once you have ShopPay in your store, you could actually opt to allow ShopPay installments. So the way ShopPay installments works is it allows your customer to split their payment into 4, and it's no credit check, it's interest-free installments, and there are no fees associated with it. So if you have an item that is $100, your customer could pay $25 that day, whereas ShopPay actually pays you $100 right away. So 2 weeks later, your customer pays the next $25 and so on and so forth, just like that. I love this because let me tell you guys how much I have made so far using ShopPay. I have made $4,311 so far because of using ShopPay installments. So typically speaking, it does two things. Thing number one is it allows your average order value to increase, or your AOV. So follow me here. Let's say somebody went on my store and they were just planning on buying one pillow, and then they see that they could actually split their payment into 4, then it actually allows them to buy more items. So if they were just thinking about spending $20, here it is, they could actually get more. So they could spend $80 if they want to, they could spend $100 if they want to, and they would just basically divide that total into 4, and all that happens at checkout. There's nothing for you to actually do later on. You basically get all of your money, you ship the merchandise out to your customer. Your customer owes ShopPay the rest of the installments. They will get notifications whenever those installments come due, and they pay ShopPay, and you are happy and your customer is happy. They got all of their merchandise and then you got all of your money. That's what we really care about, right? So then the second thing that it actually allows is if a customer is not able to afford your item, so let's say you sell a bigger ticket item, let's say your items cost a few $100s or maybe even like $1,000, what ShopPay will actually do is actually allow that payment to be split into 4. In order for your customer to use ShopPay, there is a minimum amount. The customer must be spending $50 or greater in order to use ShopPay. So in the event that you want to offer this type of service to your customer, then you could use one of these merchants. So I have experience with a good bit of them, so we're gonna just talk about it because it's so helpful just off the sheer fact that your customer is able to spend more money than maybe they were originally planning on spending, which means more revenue for your business. So you want to make it very easy for your customer to shop with you. You want to have a lot of payment options enabled on your Shopify store, as well as having a variety of split pay options. So my very first experience with a split pay option was with Klarna. So I'll pop an emblem in right here or over here. I'm not crazy about it, just to be perfectly honest. So basically what ends up happening is your customer will actually select Klarna at checkout, and then you have to ship that merchandise to your customer. Your customer has to receive the merchandise, and then Klarna will then put your payment into what they call a batch. So the batch could be paid at whatever sequence or frequency that Klarna actually chooses to pay it in. You could have sent merchandise out to your customer, let's say a week ago, and then you could just be getting into Klarna's batch and you still don't have the money for the merchandise that you shipped out. I don't like that, especially if you're selling big ticket items. So some of you guys might know that I was selling furniture at one time, and it really did put me in a pinch. So if I have to pay, let's say $500 for a piece of furniture, and yet I'm shipping it out to the customer, which is a really big expense too, because the heavier the item is, the more the item costs for shipping and freight. I still am waiting on Klarna to release my payment. And sometimes they would not always be timely with the batches. So I really don't like it. Klarna still is on my store. However, they want exclusive rights to be the only split pay provider. As of now, they're still on my store, but if they ever email me or call me and notice that someone else is on my store, I will quickly disable Klarna quick, fast, in a hurry with no thoughts about it whatsoever. So the next one is Zip. So I just got approved with Zip maybe about 2 weeks ago. Zip was previously known as QuadPay. The name says it all. Quad, you can split a payment in 4. These split installments happen in 2-week increments, just as it does with ShopPay. So the difference between how you get paid with Zip and ShopPay is Zip wants you to have a Stripe account. So it's not that big of a deal. You just go online to Stripe, you set up your account, you link your routing and your checking account of your business bank account to it so that you could get paid that way. Whereas ShopPay installments, you actually get paid through Shopify's providers, and it just goes just like all of the rest of your payments. I don't think that is a downside, not whatsoever, because of the fact that you're still providing an option for your customers to pay. So QuadPay, it used to be called QuadPay, but Zip, they actually have an app. And you can have the app on your phone as the merchant, or the customer can have an app on their phone. The benefit of Zip is so many people are so familiar with using it, and they already give the customer a preset amount of how much they're actually able to spend. And then they draft the money out of their account every 2 weeks in installments of 4. So it really is helpful, and it can also increase your average order value. If someone just has not gotten paid yet, wanting to purchase, let's say $100 worth of merchandise, then what ends up happening is you're actually able to, the customer can actually get that $100 worth of merchandise and only leave by paying $25. And then in 2 weeks later, they pay the next $25. So it works really well. There's so many other merchants that offer split payment. So just to name a few, there is LaterPay, Affirm, Zip, ShopPay, Klarna, PayPal actually has rolled out this feature. Cash App has actually rolled out this feature. So get a couple of options on your Shopify store to make it easy for your customer to actually shop with you. I say that you should get a couple of options because let's say a customer has a small limit with ZipPay, or let's say they already have a payment installments out on something else with ZipPay, but they still want to buy an item from your store. So if you have, let's say, ShopPay available, if you have Affirm, or if you have Klarna available, then they could choose to use one of those merchants for the purchase, and it does not affect the limit that Zip has already offered. Does that make sense? I hope that you're following me. The whole point is to make sure that you're making it very easy as possible for people to give your store money. So that brings me into a bonus tip or bonus point. I would say when you're selecting payment providers, don't just select Visa and MasterCard. Select all of them. Select Visa, MasterCard, Facebook Pay, Apple Pay, Google Pay. Select all of those different ways so that people can actually pay you whenever it is that they're wanting to shop with your store. Just by offering ShopPay installments on my store over the last several weeks, I have made $4,311. So this is quite likely that these amounts could have been abandoned carts, or it could have been someone who counted themselves out just because they did not have the full amount available to make the purchase. So make sure that you're making it easy for people to give you these coins, because there's so much money out here and there's enough for all of us to be able to make money. So I highly recommend that you add some of those options onto your Shopify store so that you could get more sales, increase your average order value, and of course, you're increasing your conversions. So hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you did like it, make sure that you give it a big thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.